Hello again, Struck Co-op. Welcome back to another stream of mine. Today we are testing Sifu for the first time. Sifu, which I was kind of reluctant to try, but I guess there isn't anything better to try right now that I'm interested in. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how many hours I can play, whether I'll be able to finish the game or not. I'm starting my first playthrough. Oh, 8 years ago, okay. So it's giving us some backstory or something at the beginning. Hopefully the game is not too difficult for me in terms of fights and stuff, because that game is all about fights. Gotta says, yo Struck, it's cool. Okay, that is good. I'm happy that you're liking your Sifu. Hopefully I like my Sifu as well. The camera is very annoying. It's too close to my character. Can I zoom out? Heavy attacks. Okay, I'm trying heavy attack. Is that okay?
What was that? What's going on?
How's the
Who are
difficulty got us? Is it too difficult or not?
Get out of my way.
Leave him to me. No!
Okay, so far so good, but the camera is awful. Whoever thought that this would be a good camera for this game should really reconsider their choice, because it's terrible. It's one of the worst cameras you can add in a game like this. I need to be able to zoom out. I need to be able to see my hero from afar, so I can see more who's surrounding me and stuff like that. Either make it first person if you want to give me a realistic field of vision, make it fucking first person. Otherwise, if it's gonna be third person, let me zoom out.
Don't be so arrogant.
But yeah, this camera makes it impossible to enjoy the game. From the very first few minutes of the game, I'm already not liking the fucking camera angle. It's just terrible. I find it hard to believe that there are many people who enjoy this shitty camera angle, opposed to something where you're more zoomed out, or first person. You're saying it's very difficult. Well, that's not good for me. I don't like very difficult games. If I did, I would be playing Dark Souls. Let's see. If you don't know, I don't defense, I only attack. Fuck defense. I don't like games that force me to block and parry, and at most I can dodge roll. That's what I'm willing to do. But if a game forces me to physically block and parry, it's just not the right fit for me. Because I like block being a chance to block on hit percentages. Why am I supposed to hold F? It says hold F. But this camera angle is terrible. I don't know why did they not let me change. Maybe they let me change it. Let's see. Is there camera angle, camera zoom, field of view, something? Something that would let me change the field of view. No, nothing about the fucking field of view. Now I'm stuck with this shitty super close third person over the shoulder view.
Yang! How dare you set foot in here again? You should never have come back.
Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Get him! Stop!
What?
Holy shit!
It's not capturing. All we see is black. Wait, what? Really? Why is it not capturing? It should be capturing. Oh yeah, strangely enough it's not capturing okay, let me try something. Instead of adding it as a game window, let me add it as a display capture. No, let's add it as a window capture. Window capture Sifu. Let's see if that would work. Okay, I think that works now. Okay, it works now. Oh, I guess some games OBS has difficulties capturing unless you tweak some things or change the capture method. Thank you for telling me about that. I had to add instead of game capturing, I had to make window capturing, and I had to force Windows 10 as the capture method. So I guess I'm supposed to go this way.
Where is he?
Stop.
Yang, of course.
This one looks like a bad guy.
You've gotten slow, Sifu.
What was with the frog face?
You know why I'm here, don't you? Just step aside.
Oh, the game is in one day.
You were a mistake.
Okay, so the whole story happens in a single day. Single day is enough for us to beat a bunch of enemies.
You know too much.
Just a moment.
By returning here tonight, you've given me a second chance. This time, I will do what I must.
I wasn't ready. How does this thing with F work? It says to pick a direction, I pick the direction, nothing happens. What the fuck? Okay. Umut Demir says hi. Hi Demir. How's it going?
When I look into your eyes, I see nothing but a frightened, angry child.
Oh. Okay, good. Got this one. Emir says he's fine, just watched my stream about Mgard, was one of the students working on it for half of the project. I'm fine testing a new game. With Mgard, I wonder how long it took to get that game, because the game had some promise, it had some fun things, but that glitch in the end, where it kept freezing on me every time after I finished the last monster of a level of a stage.
Show yourself.
It was very annoying as a glitch. Although I did like some of the things about the game you made. In particular, there was a solid variety of skills to mix and match, and the upgrade system was pretty solid. Let's go with the male dude here this time. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Was it a memory leak? Was it something in terms of optimizing? Was it rubbish collection or whatever? But it kept getting worse and worse after the first few stages with Ampguard. It took you 1 year. Yeah, maybe it was just the game wasn't that compatible with my hardware. Who knows? It was barely using any of the resources I can give it, so that it's not a whack of resources to run the game. But yeah, this thing where it kept glitching on me, the freezing was kind of, it's unbearable sometimes. Gotte says those are my enemies, the bosses. Okay. And Demir, yeah, I understand, Demir, that sometimes it's when you're a student where you're learning something, it can't be all fault free. Students learn, and yeah, with that game I'm assuming you learned a lot from there. If you've got any other games and you need help testing, I'm always happy to help test, stream, and just give a little bit of not promotion, but what was the right word here? Exposure to games. I'm always happy to test student-made games. Spacebar, spacebar, and then control. Okay, there, they did it. In fact, I've even started writing my own ideas for a Diablo-style isometric action RPG game, and I'm gonna try and make a prototype myself. We'll see. I think for prototyping I will do it in 2D, but I'm a long way from there. I'm probably gonna start prototyping at the end of this year. We'll see, because first I want to write everything down, and then I want to make the interface, the skill system, which is a very advanced skill system where you're crafting your own skill. Hold spacebar and S. Hold spacebar and S. Doesn't seem to work. Okay. The keyboard sucks. Yeah, it definitely sucks on a keyboard, but again, I can't use my controller because for whatever reason Microsoft is selling those Xbox controller what was the name? The USB dongles, the dongles. It's selling the Xbox controller dongles for half the price of a controller. So I have to pay 30 euro just to get a USB dongle for my wireless controller. Which kind of sucks. SW and mouse. That's kind of very annoying combination of buttons. This is definitely not a game I would recommend to people who don't have the means to use a controller. If you have a controller you might enjoy the game, but if you don't, you might struggle with the bad placement of some of the controls. But you have to push 3 buttons at the same time to make a move. SW, WS. I'm trying to do it. SW boom, SW boom. It does different every time, so aha. This one. Super unintuitive system. And she gets up so quickly I can't even... I can't remember all those moves, even if they help me later. I can't be bothered to memorize a move that doesn't work every time you press the combination of buttons. Because 9 out of 10 times it doesn't even work when I execute the same combination in the same order. And I have to do it super quickly, otherwise it doesn't work, and that's just boring design. So far, from what I've seen of the game, it's a hard pass so far. At least on the mouse and keyboard, but I doubt it will be any different in terms of gamepad when it comes to responsiveness of the moves. But yeah, so far I would recommend avoid this game. Don't waste your money, wait for 75% off. Or wait for Epic Games free game of the week for this game. From what I'm seeing so far, it's a $10 experience. And I think the price is much farther than $10, even if you don't get it discounted. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm gonna love it later, but for now there isn't much to love with this difficult to control and terrible camera angle, and not being able to change my camera angle. Also, what the hell is this board? The game doesn't give you a tutorial what this board is. It throws you into some sort of board without explaining what it is. A little tutorial window would have been appreciated regarding what this fucking board is. I mean, I click here, I click there, and why am I in this board? What am I supposed to do in this board? There's character. Learn skills through dying or shrines. The animations of this game are nice. Most likely they copy-pasted some of the animations from their previous game Absolver, which was another game that was unreasonably difficult. What is this place? This is a training spot. Okay, I don't want to do training. What is this place here? Squats. Oh, that's my missions, I think. Let's go. Let's start that mission. But it says it's only worth $20 for a 5-hour game. I mean, I would even say 10 rather than 20. Unless there's a ton of replayability, unless there's a reason, something that would make me want to repeat the game over and over and over. That would make every run different.
They've blocked
And
the
worth
entrance to the
doing.
warehouse. Need to find
Then
another way inside.
we'll see.
Get lost. Nothing here for you.
But I didn't have anything
warned
better
you,
to play
asshole.
right now, so...
Any regrets now?
Come on, kill them. But the camera is the worst thing about the game, and the limited field of view. The music's good though, the music's nice. it has that tension in it. So I can't exit from there. Guess I need to look around.
Come into our. Fuck you doing in here, pal?
Okay, there we go. Are you testing every new game, or do you have preferences on that? Well, I don't have preferences, but yeah, I try to test what I like. Ideally, I like games with looting and build diversity.
Junkies. I don't
And
think
also
they'll
I
be
like
wrong.
games that are not super expensive, but every now and then I would get an expensive game when the budget allows it. But with just €100 a month budget, it's difficult to test every single game. So yeah, let's say with zero budget, it's difficult to test every game that comes out. Free-to-play games, I don't mind testing if I'm interested in them. But normally free-to-play games are riddled with bad cash shop,
You stay
which
there.
kills any desire from me to play it. If the game sells stuff that's not cosmetic, and many games do that. Free-to-play games also are riddled with fear of missing out to force you to log in every day and stuff like that.
You looking
Just
to
look
score
at
something?
99% of them MMOs and you'll see what I mean. Games that pretty much extort you into playing their game, into logging in every day so you
I
don't
can
miss
make
out
it.
on rewards.
Just need a run at it.
But yeah, I like games with good build diversity, with ease of respecing, ideally free respec, like in Borderlands 3 you can respec freely. But in Borderlands 3 the end game is designed badly and the quality of life, the one I care about, is missing. Hopefully Tiny Tina, the new Gearbox game, ends up nice. The Tiny Tina Wonderlands, because that's gonna be the next big game I buy. The next expensive game I'm saving up for will be the Tiny Tina game. The thing is, free to play doesn't need to mean pay to win, but most of the times they're extorting you for quality of life. They're asking you to pay for something that should be free in the first place. The moment a developer starts charging people for quality of life instead of giving it for free, in my opinion they have failed as a developer and have succeeded as a greedy bastard. That's what it is. And I don't like playing games that were designed with profit as the most important thing instead of gameplay and user experience as the most important thing. If your game is good, people will buy it, people will play it, people will log in every day if they like it, without you forcing them through fear of missing out and without you limiting their fun and asking them to pay to remove the limit. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe jump down again? Can I finally open this door? But what a game needs is a good skill system, a good passive tree or passive skill system. It needs reasonable drop rates and itemization system and items that open up builds. it needs at least 2 or 3 types of endgame when it launches, with more types of endgame to come. And it needs freedom of respecking, so people can experiment as much as they want. And if you make it so that there is classes and people can choose a class, then it should be easy to create an out of the same class and not level it up, which means endgame only characters. Let's say I have a mage and I want to level up a new mage, but I don't feel like doing the story. You should be able to create a new mage that completely skips the story and starts from the moment the story is completed. And it's endgame only character. But if you make a new character that is not mage, like a warrior, you should do the story for the warrior. But every class should have their own story, so that playing a warrior and playing a mage gives you different quests and different cutscenes and dialogues, so that they have some sort of personal experience. Then that way, while you're leveling each class, you should be rewarded class specific sets, basic sets that are not better but not worse than what you can get from drops, just opening up different builds. And when you finish in my opinion, the story of a game should be in such a way that when you finish the final boss of the game, you should be rewarded a basic set, maybe not the best rarity, but let's say if it's epic and legendary, maybe a full epic set, so you can kickstart your endgame and start farming for other things that open up other things, and it's class specific. Although ideally I like games more where you don't have classes, where you just create a character and this character can go anyway, like for example Wilson. But Wilson has other problems. There's many ways that you can make a game better than it already is, but most of the game developers just get hung up on the wrong things, from what I've seen when it comes to games like Path of Exile, like Grim Dawn, like Diablo 3, like Wilson, like what was that other one, Last Epoch. All of those games have something that makes the game unplayable for me, or let's not say unplayable, hard to enjoy, impossible to enjoy, because they might have a bunch of good things and then something terrible, something that negates all the good stuff. Purple Mist, escape, investigate. What's this? Okay, thankfully I found where I'm supposed to go. Thanks Goddess for telling me where to go, by the way.
I pity you.
Now this camera I like more. Oh shit. From where do I start when I die? What do I get when I die? I get experience? Your death counter is added to your age. Yeah, the story responds different to the class is a good idea. I call it personal story. You still have the main story to do. You still have to go through the same zones, but also adding some personal zones and personal story quests would be nice. Some of those personal story quests could be in the same zones where the main story happens. Some of them could be in special dungeons or instanced areas where only this character class
Not so tough after all.
can enter. But again, ideally I would prefer to play a game where there are no classes and you just make your own class based on what skills and equipment you equip, and certain weapons unlocking certain skills. That's my idea about the best and most fun system where you don't have to be tied down by classes. But for such a system, you can't implement that idea with the personal story, and that's fine. That means saves unnecessary coding and writing. But what you can do in a system without classes, you can make weapons, unlock new quests. Like if you want to master a new weapon and unlock some skills that are hidden behind the story for this weapon, then you can do the story for that weapon. You go and talk to someone who is a master at that weapon, like a two-handed sword master or two-handed axe master, or a staff or a wand or a spell book or orb, whatever you want to call it. You talk to some sort of master like that, and then they give you some missions that make you through a training of a sort, a personal story for that weapon master. And you can still have something like that in this way for a system without classes, by connecting quests to weapons, and weapons being the class,
Guys, we
and
got
then
company.
unlocking certain skills for those weapons that you can use later on. What happens when our age reaches
Really?
300
You want
or
some more?
500?
I pity you.
So yeah, as I said, you don't need to have classes to implement such a system. There are ways to go around it and still have that idea. My idea is, I can show you, just give me a moment. My idea is to craft skills. I've said it multiple times already in my stream, but you would craft skills by picking the behavior. Just a moment. I'll show you, just trying to figure out which browser to use. Just a moment, I need to share it to my email. Okay, I'll share my screen, just a moment. I'm not gonna show you everything, but let me just zoom in. So, for example, first you pick the skill base, and that's not all of them, that's just some of them I threw like that. So, you select the skill base. Do you want it to be projectile? If it's a projectile, what type of projectile? Arrow, bullet, bolt, orb, spear, once, multi-shot, projected melee attack, like using a melee attack that results in some slices traveling in the air. It could be boomerang, it could be throwing axe, shuriken, kunai, it could be rain, where you shoot at the upwards and then it falls on the ground, but it could be the same with blizzards and meteors, etc. It could be dropping, where it's just a big massive meteor, a big massive chunk of ice, or something other, and that's big massive. Then there's conical, like a blast, like whoosh, like a shotgun blast, or it could be a swash. Conical crescent like swash. It could be compress, like if this is the target and you do this, boom, and you compress it like a quap. It could be a sound wave. Then there's other things like channeling. So you decide this first, and after you've decided this, then you select the skill element. For example, fire, ice, acid, earth, lightning, wind, whatever. There's many ways. Those are just examples. And after that, you modify the skill behavior with support skills. Again, there's many ways you can do that. That's just some examples. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you that whole document because it's still work in progress. But I've got a bunch of things. That I'm writing down, and that's not just the skill system. Eventually, I've got 5 different endgames, 5 different endgames that I've written already in this document. Okay, let me hide this. And I'll put a ton of things in the next few months, bit by bit. I'll be adding stuff here. And once I think it's finished to a reasonable amount, I'll actually start working on a prototype. I'm just not sure what engine would be best to use for the prototype. Unreal Engine 5 is very powerful and has a lot of free things to do, but it's gonna be difficult to do it in 3D without the knowledge. Whereas if I go Unity 2D, it might be a bit easier. And my brother works on Unity, so maybe he can help me if I need some assistance, if I get stuck with something. So there's the bonus of that.
Not so tough after all.
Oh, the death count goes down when you kill an enemy? I didn't know. Did I study? No, I never studied or never planned to study game design.
Warehouse.
But
I'm
again,
getting close.
studying, it's not important to study game design. Just like many actors never studied acting, but are successful. The same way happens with game design. I mean, ideal job for me would be to be a game designer, but I'm bad at coding. I can work with an engine if someone shows me how to use it and stuff like that, and I can use assets to create a level. But when it comes to coding, I'm not that good. I mean, I've got some basic knowledge, but I can't be a coder. Although I would love to design a game and to have people help me with the coding. That's gonna be amazing. Because yeah, I've got perfect ideas. I mean, I've got 5 endgame ideas already, and I've got a lot of stuff. I already have a vision of how I want the user interface to be. I have an idea about how I want the story to be. I even have an idea how every season you can add. You can multiply the end game. So one of the end games I've designed is 100 stages, and every season you can add another separate 100 stages, and those 100 stages they have bosses. They have every stage has a different boss. Let me just show you. I'll just show you this one. Feel free to steal this end game idea, but I'll show you just so I can explain it. I don't mind it. If you steal this idea and make it into a game, I would play the hell out of it. But let's say, yeah, you have 100 pages, 100 memories, map stages. Every stage involves killing a certain number of monsters to spawn a stage boss, a guardian. No need to kill all the mobs, but you need to kill a certain amount of mobs to spawn that. So stages from 1 to 33 will have 3 map affixes, one positive, one negative, one ancient negative, which never changes until the next set. The ancient will change after stage 11, 22, as well as after 33, so every 11 stages. Stages 33 to 66, 34 to 66, 3 ancient, and double the positive and negative. So, which means 2 positive, 2 negative, 3 ancient, and the ancients are 1 positive, 2 negative, and so on. And basically every third stage there will be a mini boss, an officer. And finishing an officer gives you a keepsake, and keepsake is a growth system, power creep limited only to this end game. And you have 10 keepsake slots, which is like a mini build for the end game mode. Mini build of passive stats, minor, major, advanced. And this is limited only to this end game, so that any drops you get from this game are equal to the drops you get from other games. Unlike Torchlight 3, which fucked up a very similar end game by adding power creep to items, and then that they made it in such a way where items obtained from elsewhere are not as strong. But this game avoids this trap. So this is like a mini build that you can modify as you're doing that end game. At level 33, 66 and 99 you start getting the next grades, and stages 33, 66 and 99 there will be generals, and stage 100 is the commander. And when you add new seasons, you can add new 100 stages with new monsters that are thematical, seasonal for that league, season, whatever. So that means 3 new generals and a new commander, 4 new boss fights, and that would mean a new NPC, and you're not erasing the old one, you're just adding up new of this. And yeah, there's a ton of stuff I've written here about it, but that's just an easy way to explain it, to show it. I mean, I've got hundreds of those ideas. Those are just some of the better ones, some of the ones I really want to see in a game. Although I have a lot more ideas where those came from. But again, I can't make them myself, at least not right now. But we'll see. Eventually I might learn and be able to make them. How do I unlock this? Chasing trip kick on a pushed enemy. I want to unlock it. There we go, unlocked. It's not Hades rogue style. Once you finish a stage, this endgame mode, think of Fazir's dungeon in Torchlight 3. It's a better, more user-friendly and more fun version of Torchlight 3's endgame. Without the annoying thing where if you die you go back a few stages. It always remembers when you were, and again, I mean, I didn't tell you everything I wrote, and I didn't tell you the things I didn't write yet, but if you look at Torchlight 3's endgame, the Fazir dungeon, that's what I tried to do, a combination between rifting and a tower mode. I do have another thing that's a pure tower mode, and I do have another one where is defend your fortress, where you're building barricades and traps and stuff. So if you know the PvE mode of Fortnite and Orcs Must Die and what was that other game I recently played that was similar to Orcs Must Die, but take any tower defense. Imagine that in a Diablo style setting, and instead of just traps and barricades and walls, you could actually hire NPCs of different classes to fight for you, as well as buff stations that just provide buffs when you stay next to them and stuff like that, and all sorts of other things. That's another end game. So out of the 5 end games, I have one that's a typical survival, like Crucible in Grim Dawn, I have another one that is like tower defense. I have this one that is like rifting and tower combined in one. I have another one that's like bounty system, similar to bounties in Diablo 3 and Grim Dawn, as well as Nemesis in Grim Dawn, similar to that, where you go in the areas from the story randomly to search a monster and get rewards and stuff, things like that. And what was the fifth system? I forgot what the fifth system was. I can check. The fifth system was fuck. In Firefox my table of contents doesn't work that well. Oh, the fifth system is an escort system, similar to escorting payloads in MOBA games, in Overwatch and stuff like that, but PvE, and you have to escort from point A to point B, and if it takes damage you lose points, but you can heal it by spending points, and you can decide when to heal and when not to heal, and there will be stages where the escort becomes invulnerable when you fight a boss at certain checkpoints, and there will be waves that constantly attack, but at certain checkpoints it becomes invulnerable. It deploys a shield bubble around the escort, and then you defend a wave of monsters, and you do that a few times, with the final one being with a big boss, and you can decide when to heal it and when not to. So that's another one. And it's just a simple mission. Take it from point A to point B and collect the rewards based on how well you did. I'm stuck again, by the way. I would like to know where I'm supposed to go. Get in the room. I was in the room. I'll get in the room again. And yeah, that's just 5 endgame ideas, different from each other. Yet still rewarding players for their time spent, and everyone is just as rewarding as the other one, and just people can decide what they feel like doing. If they don't like one endgame, they can do another one, and every type of item will drop from every type of endgame, so that you don't feel forced to do something you don't enjoy, which is the biggest problem with many games. They force you to do bosses and types of endgame you may not like and you may not enjoy, but since you know that items only drop there, you're fucked. You have to either play it or just quit the game and not bother. And I normally do the second thing when the game forces me to do a type of content I don't enjoy for the items I like. It's just not right to make content exclusive drops nowadays, unless you want to piss people off, but now that's another story. If you want to piss people off, there's much easier and better ways to piss them off than content exclusive drops.
Throw you back through it.
Spacebar S. Hold spacebar S.
Did you forget how to fight?
Shit, this guy's a beefcake. Okay, that counts 0. But yeah, when it comes to game design, I would love to do it, but where does one even start? How does one even start? I guess the easiest way is to just make your own game, get some experience, but if you don't have coding experience, that's not an option. If you don't have coding skills, I mean. And all those schools and academies are pretty much scam. You can learn the same stuff that schools and academies teach you by watching tutorials and reading stuff and doing it yourself.
Who in the fuck are you? God damn it!
when it comes to coding. I mean, most developers I know and I've talked to, and I've worked with, not game developers, developers of other type, most of them were self-taught. No. Nice. That's a very weird system with the dying in this game.
Must enjoy the taste of defeat. Nerves.
Ooh, the animations are dope though in this game. If there's one thing they've done amazingly well is the animations. The motion capture or whatever it's called. The one thing that's difficult to figure out is the direction of where you're supposed to go. Like, there is no quest telling you go this way, go that way.
How the fuck you get in here?
With great difficulty. And I bet your key's gonna make things a lot easier.
Oh, no.
Don't even think about it, ass. This glitch for you ends here and now.
I can learn some stuff. Is there something that doesn't cost bars?
Haven't you had enough? Can't
Ah.
keep up.
Oh, they took my own weapon and now are using it against me. And this target walking is annoying.
He has a weapon.
Oh fuck. Ah, fuck.
Stay down, damn it! Drop your.
Any regrets now?
Okay.
These will be useful.
What's this? Open skill tree. Okay, let's keep on walking stuff. This looks like the place I need to be.
No freaking way!
Ah! Can I move backwards? Man, the control is atrocious in this game. Being able to control where my character goes. It's always walked to a target and I can't unlock it. I can't tell him to turn back. I have to go backwards by facing my enemies. For this type of combat, the camera and the combat walking is just a terrible idea. It's the worst idea you can
Want some
have.
more?
I should be able to disengage and run like that. You can only do that if you're not in a fight. The moment you start the fight, this becomes impossible.
Be careful! He's got a weapon!
Ah fuck, ah fuck. See, I can disengage now. This sucks.
Just stay down. Nerves get the better of you?
I'm definitely not playing this game tomorrow.
Awesome.
If I don't complete it today, that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna go until the end. It's just the whole controlling of the game is wrong.
Get out of fight?
It's not user friendly, and especially on a mouse and keyboard. It's very repetitive, super repetitive. There's barely any variety of what I'm doing from the beginning until the end. At least for now. Looking for hidden woods. Do I go up there or do I go here?
Locked.
Okay. Boss fight maybe? This looks like a boss fight zone. Or maybe not. Oh magic. So this game has magic. Are you thinking you are off already? Wait, what? Oh shit, the fight starts without letting me warm up. I mean, my character in this game is already 37. But he's still not old. Fuck. This will take a while. And is there no difficulty setting on the options? I didn't see anything about game difficulty. This game doesn't have a fucking easy mode. Great. You're stuck with whatever everyone is doing. Okay, got this one. Second HP bar maybe? Oh, now he's got a machete. Why wouldn't he use the machete from the beginning? If you're gonna use a knife in a fist fight, why not use it from the beginning? Ah! Ah fuck. I'm trying to do those special moves, but it's super difficult if a move wants me to use S and W at the same time. Physically, my fingers are not able to do S and W at the same time without delaying the fight and taking a hit. Come on, I'm trying to run away. I'm trying to run away, it's not letting me. This target walking is the worst part of the game. I still don't understand how this select a point thing works. disengage and do this. Seriously. The game is getting harder and harder to recommend to others. I thought it would get better, but it gets less enjoyable as the game progresses. Wait, if I'm older I have over HP? Well, that's bullshit. Was that the whole mission? So I'll have to do a bunch of those missions. And wait, can't I restore my HP? How do I restore my age to younger? But yeah, it looks like another game designed for tryhards. Most likely by tryhards. If you want a wider audience, you should add difficulty options so that players of all types and skill sets can enjoy your game at a difficulty that's reasonable for them. I'll probably do one more mission, see if I can finish it, but so far I'm not enjoying the game one bit. Apart from the amazing animations, there isn't anything else that makes me want to play the game. Animations alone are not enough for a game. The camera angle is terrible, the combat is terrible. And very unintuitive, very non-user friendly. The combos and the key combinations required to make certain combos and moves are atrociously bad for PC, for mouse and keyboard.
Forget about it. If you're not on the list,
I mean, having to press WS or SW quickly and then do a punch or whatever.
Private party.
Back off
now.
And not being able to disengage in a fight and being constantly target locked once you start fighting is terrible. You should let people use middle mouse button to walk and unwalk targets. Okay. Look at my HP. What about my HP? I can't see it right now. Where can I see my HP?
What do you want?
Sean, where can I find him?
Guys, we got a problem here. Not so tough after all. Please, don't hit me.
Where is Sean?
He's with the fighters for the burning. Only Sean's disciples have passes to get inside.
Okay. Do I have to fight everyone here? Okay, some of them are quick to die.
You can't keep up.
See, I can't disengage. Ah, fuck, fuck.
Holy shit. Any regrets now?
Oh, it's this one from the trailer. They fought this one in the trailer. I mean, they put this fight. And it's super illogical. This whole aging system is the most illogical thing of the game. Suddenly we magically become old with the same enemies at the same exact HP they had left and stuff like that. They tried to do something unique, it didn't work.
The fuck is this mess?
It's strange why they decided to do something like that, but I guess they wanted something that could be different than any other game, and that's why they made it in such a way. The age increasing when you die system.
Nerves get the better.
Ah! This game. It's worse than Absolver. I actually enjoyed Absolver more, and Absolver was a little less annoying than this game when it came to combat and stuff.
Holy shit! I pity you.
And no health potions and stuff like that is also bad.
Oh
I
man.
like having health potion that's on a cooldown. In fact, I like the system where I can craft my own potion with the effects I want, and the cooldown should depend on how good or bad the potion is.
Gonna. You can't keep up.
At what age does our person die?
Haven't you had enough? Nerves get the better of you?
Game over. Okay, that was it. It's just not. It's not fun if there's even such a thing as a game over where you can't respawn endlessly. It's a waste of money. So better refund while you can. It's that type of game. thanks for watching. As I expected, I didn't like the game. But again, I didn't expect this to be my kind of game. I know there would be people with masochistic tendencies that would love this game. If you love games like Dark Souls, you might like this game. If you don't, you won't. That's how it is. Keep it cool. I'll see what I'll play tomorrow. I'll keep looking for something I can play. Until next time, and goodbye.